Good morning, my dear students. Today we will continue the story in the kingdom of fools. So, some of the paragraphs I have already explained, and some I'm going to read the paragraphs, and according to need of the explanation, okay, I will just give you explanation. The king said, "Justice will be done. Don't worry," and at once summoned the owner of the house. Actually, what happened? When the merchant arrived, the king questioned him, "What is your name?" "Such and such, your highness," means the man replied. "Were you at home? Were you at home when the dead man burgled your house?" "Yes, my lord. He broke in and the wall was weak. It fell on him." See, see the funny things. The accused pleads guilty. "Your wall killed this man's brother. You have murdered a man. We have to punish you." "Lord," said the helpless merchant, "I did not put up the wall." And now see his plea, his excuses. "It's really the fault of the man who built the wall. He did not build it right. You should punish him." "Who is that?" the king asked. "My lord, this wall was built in my father's time. I know the man. He is an old man. Now he lives nearby." And now see how the blame is shifting from one to another. The king sent out messengers to bring in the bricklayers, who had built the wall. They brought him tied hand and foot. "You there, did you build this man's wall in his father's time?" "Yes, my lord, I did." "What kind of a wall is this that you built? It has fallen on a poor man and killed him. You have murdered him." See, you will read all these things, with explanation. You will just try to understand that how funny this incident is, that a king is going to take favor of the robber, of the thief, of the burglar, instead of the man. Suppose, see how the funny incident is that a man was going to steal something, rob something, or what happened while doing that activity, the wall fell on him, and he died there. So the king should have punished that. Why did you go there? But he's not doing doing like that. He's going to punish, the man's, the wall belongs to. And the man was also very smart, and he is shifting the his blame, to another, that it was not my fault. I gave all the material, nicely. It was the fault of the constructor, or the mechanics, or the engineer who just built up this wall. We have to punish you by death. And see, death will be death, mean the punishment of death is death. Before the king could order the execution, means hanging, the poor bricklayer, pleaded, means the mansion that we call the constructor. "Please listen to me before you give your orders. It is true I built this wall and it was no good, but that was because of my mind was not on it." The shifting of blame is going on. "I remember very well a dancing girl who was going up, and down that street all day with her ankles jingling, and I could not keep my eyes or my mind on the wall I was building." Now see how he is shifting his blame. He is telling that yes, I have made this wall, but actually I was unable to concentrate while making this wall because one girl was there, and she was moving from that way every day, and because of the sound that her ornaments made, that distracted me. "You must get that dancing girl, I know where she lives." "You are right." And see how idiot the king is, how big foolish the king is. He was easily convinced by everyone, and he also just divert his order from this one to that one. "You are right. The case here," once again the king was convinced, "the case depends," means the case is very much complicated. "We must look into it. It is not easy to judge such complicated case. The king is idiot and the small things he is doing, and that is very foolish work. He is telling that is very complicated work. Let's get the dancer. Where is she is? The dancing girl, now an old woman, came trembling to the court. Walk up and down that street many years ago while this poor man was building a wall? Did you see him? Yes, my lord, I remember it very well. So you did walk up and down with your ankles jingling, a kind of ornament that they generally use to wear, anklets. Generally dancers wears, okay. So you were young and you distracted him. So he built a bad wall. This is the page number given here. It has fallen on a poor burglar and killed him. You have killed an innocent man. See, he was a burglar and innocent at the same time. This is very contrasting. You will have to be punished. She thought for a minute, okay, and said, my lord, wait. I know now why I was walking up and down that street. Now she knows very well that how to divert the attention of the king from mine to others, and now she is shifting her blame. I had given some gold to the goldsmith to make some jewelry for me. He was a lazy scoundrel. Okay, a scoundrel means very. He made so many excuses, said he would give it now and he would give it then, and so on. Means he was calling many times and not giving me on time, and because of that, I had to just move to the goldsmith in order to take my jewelry that I had given him for repair or for work or for something. So on all day. He made me walk up and down to his house a dozens times. Means many times I had to visit him. That was when this bricklayer saw me. It's not my fault, my lord. It is the damned goldsmith fault. And see the old lady how smartly shifted her blame to the goldsmith. Poor thing. She is absolutely right. And see, once again, the king was convinced easily. And this was the height of stupidity. Okay, means he was complete nonsense king. Thought the king weighing the evidence. We have got the real culprit at last. Get the goldsmith. Wherever he is hiding at once. The king believes search. The king's what is that? King's bailiffs search for the goldsmith, means his ministers or a spy or the police officers, who was hiding in a corner of his shop. When he heard the accusation against him, he had his own story to tell, and he has already planned to how to convince the king and shift his blame to another. My lord, he said, I am poor goldsmith. It is true, I made this dancer come many times to my door. I gave her excuses because I could not finish making her jewelry before I finished the rich merchant's orders. And finally, he is telling that yes, I made this girl visit many times, okay, because I was assigned a work of making this rich merchant's, okay, jewelry done quickly as soon as possible. They had a wedding, okay, coming and they would not wait. You know how impatient rich men are. Who is this rich merchant who kept you from finishing this poor woman's jewelry? Made her walk up and down, means call him, which distracted this bricklayer, which made a mess of his wall, which has now in the fallen on an innocent man and killed him. Can you name him? The goldsmith named the merchant, and he was none other than the original owner of the house whose wall had fallen. And finally, the blame comes again at the main owner of the wall. Now justice has come full circle. Now he's telling that now it has been done, justice has done. Thought the king back to the merchant when he was rudely summoned back to the court. He arrived crying, it was not me but my father who ordered the jewelry. The owner of the house, means the wall, is telling that It was not my fault, it was the fault of my father, who just ordered. I did not order that. He is dead, I am innocent. But the king consulted his ministers and ruled decisively. See, the foolish king is consulting his ministers, and ministers might be also idiot. It's true, your father is true, okay, murdered. He is dead, but somebody must be punished in his place. And the king is, see the justice of the king. He's telling that, yes, I know that your father was guilty and you are innocent, but in place of your father, someone must be punished. You have inherited everything from that criminal father of yours, his riches as well as his sins. I knew at once. Even when I first set eyes on you, that you were at the root of this horrible crime. You must die. And he ordered a new stake to be made. Stake means a place, okay, where the hanging is going on, to be made ready for the execution. And now he ordered that please make a place, okay, that is hanging, that is gallows and stakes where hanging फांसी देना. So as the servants and go it ready for the final impalings of the criminal. As the servants sharpened the stake and got it ready for the final impaling of the criminal, it occurred to the ministers that the rich merchant was somehow too thin to be properly executed on the stake. So the gallon, okay, the noose they prepared for hanging the merchant. Uh, so what happened actually? The noose means the fasi ka fanda actually was very wide, okay, very thick, and the man whom they were going to hang was very thin. So he appealed to the king's common sense. The king too worried about it, and finally, see what happens actually here. That the man, the actual culprit, was not punished. See who will be punished later. So you'll see this is a very funny story. You all will read, okay. Means this sort of story you might have heard from your parents, grandparents, this kind of idiot story, okay, foolish story. So one more story I will tell you, okay, next explanation. Thank you very much. All the best. God bless you all. Just listen this, read this story, okay, and you will have to write an article. The hints I have given, and the topic is on books, our best companion. Thank you very much. All the best. God bless you all.